That is hardcore.
This is hardcore shit.
But for me, Tyler, how do you resist?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hardcore Horror with Mike and Bridget. I'm here with Bridget. Bridget, what's going on? It's been a while.
Hey, yeah, it's been a while. What's up, Mike?
We're barely getting in here. Actually, we're not getting into it at all, but we did record this in May. It didn't come out until June, but this is our May podcast, right?
Yeah.
All right. We got a guest tonight. Who we got?
We got Tyler Payne with SycoPsilico. He's a producer, indie filmmaker. Tyler, what's up?
Hey, Tyler.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on. All kinds of things are up, man. Like, life is a weird thing where you just kind of go with it and see what happens.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Everything has been so crazy busy, but I wanted to tell you how your name come up to us. Okay, so Mike and I had worked a con recently, and we have a friend. His name's John Devlin.
I love
He
it.
came up to me. He was like, "Oh my God, Bridget, I've got a perfect person for you. You've got to bring him on the podcast." And I was like, "Okay, if he's cool and friends with John, he must be a crazy wild guy."
Oh, John's something else, man. So I met John at FrankenCon, I think 23. I did a feature-length film, and I cut it down to like a 10-minute short just for FrankenCon and a few other like film festivals, and as a way to kind of promote it. And that's how I met John. And John, ever since, has been a close friend. And well, I would consider him a close friend in the creator realms anyway. But I met him through doing SycoPsilico, and ever since, like I've kept up with his work, and I like to watch what he does real closely. He makes some wild shit, man.
He does.
He does. Absolutely, he does.
Yeah. So SycoPsilico is it's a full feature film. Is it a full feature
Yes.
film? Okay.
So it's an experimental project. So it started off as as just something I did for fun. Like it was like gore tests for practical effects. And then as I was filming it and doing camera tests with it, I was like, this has a satisfying feel to it. And I would show it off in like college classes and things like that. But mostly I just kept it to myself. And then one day, one of my friends who enjoyed seeing my work was like, dude, you have to post this shit. So she pushed me to start posting. So I made a TikTok and popped off real fast and then got banned real fast. But we came back from a permanent ban within like 3 weeks of that happening. And then ever since then, TikTok kind of hates me, but they let me post.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. TikTok hates everyone. You know.
They do. They do.
Now, was this your first feature, Tyler? First movie
Yes,
that you made?
First feature-length film. So I'd worked on some short film projects. I even worked on like a few documentary projects, some sizzle reel-based projects. But after working with all these different things, I always wanted to do something more like real gory and violent. And I was like, these other projects are great, but I want to be at the helm of something. So I went on ahead and decided that I would completely produce, write, edit, take it through the whole shebang, because I wanted to know the entire ins and outs of the pipeline. And where SycoPsilico was the thing that popped off on TikTok, I felt comfortable to invest in it. And I was working at Epic Games at the time, so I would save my paychecks up, and I would cut out a huge chunk of it just to produce this movie.
Oh, wow, okay. So I haven't seen this, but just based off of the pictures, I was like, this is some gory shit.
It's slapstick over the top. One of the ways that I get by with it is because I do the things with the mannequins and like,
Right. Yes.
yeah. But I did a short film recently called SycoPsilico by Sacrifice. The feature-length film is SycoPsilico Silico Solutions, but I really love how this short film played out. And my plan now is to go back and take out the first part of the feature length and put this short film in its place, because I think it's going to work better for the book.
Oh,
Okay.
for the book?
Yes, because I can't go as violent as I would like. because of budget constraints and censorship.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so this movie is you're writing it to be a book, or you've already wrote it and you filmed a movie, or vice versa.
So I didn't write it out yet. It was more of a psychedelic fever dream, and then the book is me doing everything that I couldn't do with the movie. So
Okay.
I'm taking the original script and the original like film notes, because there was a lot of shit that I wanted to do that was way over the top.
Sure.
I mean, so one of my issues with film festivals when I was showing Silico Solutions, when I was trying to get the full feature length cut out there, there's a scene where a sex doll is getting drill fucked in the cunt with a concrete drill.
Yeah. Right.
They a lot of places was like, would you be willing to censor that? And I'm not. And I'm like, no, like I produced it literally to do what I want to do with it. To take that out is, to me, it's one of the funniest moments. Why would I take that out? During all the live streams, I got such a huge response from the crowd, and I was like, no, I'm not taking that out. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
It's like, fortunately, that happens like all the time with writers. They'll write something, and then everybody wants to water it down. You're like, no, that's not how I pictured it. That's not how I wanted it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Also, like, what inspired me to go this route with it was the first Terrifier movie. I watched it with some family and friends, and we were all kind of drinking and getting real into it. And just the overall reaction of everyone getting like real loud with it and like, laughing at the Saw scene, just getting real into the over the top level of the gore. And I was like, dude, if this guy can do it and like he can actually get this on like Netflix, I want to take a whack at it and see if I can do it. So I gave it a shot. And I did put it up on Film Hub, and Amazon picked it up real fast, and then they removed their license real fast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's got to be that's got to be about the last 15 minutes of the film. They're like, hey, none of that.
That happened to me too, not with Amazon, but with Apple TV. Yeah, Cellar Secret was on Apple TV for just a hot minute, and it did not last long at all. Yeah.
What film was it that you produced that had that happen?
It was Cellar Secret. It's on Tubi. It's on Tubi, and it's on Plex, and it's on Amazon. But iTunes was like, nope, no way.
I want to check that out. Right now, Play Now Media has picked it up, and they're like a Roku-based channel, but it's still not streaming yet. And honestly, if it's not streaming publicly by September, like, I didn't make this for it to sit on my hard drive and no one like ever get to see it. So I plan to put a heavily censored cut on YouTube with a link to the uncensored cut on my Patreon.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, production value wise, now you got this was a hospital, right, that you filmed in?
It was a animal testing facility
Yeah, cool.
it turned into an archaeology research facility for a college, a university that I graduated from.
Wow. And they were just like, hey, go ahead.
Pretty much. I had to kind of like give them an idea of what we were doing, and I had to have like one of my professors on set. So Keith Nakov is one of my assistant producers, and as long as he was available and was on set, then we were allowed to film there. And he just pretty much overshadowed everything, because without him being like giving me access to his contacts, his black book of like everybody he works with, then I don't know if I would have been able to produce this. So he pretty much got rid of all the red tape for me, let me get my location, helped me get my camera operators, and pretty much helped me get my crew together.
Very cool. Awesome.
Now, who did the special effects? Did you do special effects?
So
or your practical effects, I guess?
So practical effects was a mixture between Jody Wright, who was my makeup artist. She did my burnt arm and like my co-star Alyssa, she did her like brutalized like makeup when like she gets beat up throughout the film. And then the practical effects that I pulled through on my end was mainly just what I'm already good at, which is the mutilation of the doll face and everything. She did help me with making like guts and things like that when we did the disembowelment scenes and stuff. Jody was definitely a lifesaver on that because she had some wonderful ideas that came through like really well, like spot of the moment in filming. And there was a few times where I like, because we only had 8 days to shoot this, and there was a few moments when I was like, I think the ship's sinking. I don't know what the fuck to do. And she was kind of the support with keeping my head above the fucking water. So very grateful that Jody was on board for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now I see a lot of influences maybe in this movie. Like, it's very trippy. It has a lot of sort of a giallo feel, obviously with the colors and stuff. What sort of influences you got? I mean, was it Nip Tuck? I mean, what were your influences when you were kind of creating this story, this idea? Where did that come from?
Psychedelic mushrooms. That's the silico of SycoPsilico. But no, go on. Sorry.
No, that was it. That was it. I mean, what was anything that drew you? Like, this is sort of the idea of where I wanted to go with this movie. Any sort of inspiration for it?
So, like, really, I don't watch a lot of movies or anything like that, but Terrifier was a huge inspiration. The colors, the psychedelic colors, the bright colors mixed with like the dark contrasting, like shadows and everything, that all came from psychedelic trips. And one of my psychedelic trips that brought me to that was, there's a few, but one in particular was I was being disemboweled. So I blindfold myself and I put headphones on when going into one of these little journeys. And I make the room real cold and will pretty much put myself in a meditative state before the trip fully kicks in. And when the trip starts kicking in, where I'm blindfolded, it's kind of like that sensory deprivation aspect of it. So all the visuals just come from the head. And there was one where God strung me up by these like metal cables, and I got disemboweled, and all these like little praying mantis things was like crawling up inside of me and cleaning my guts, like this black tar off of my organs. And like I was suspended by my hands like up and cut like in a spiral, and all my organs were just suspended in space in this void. And this big giant, I can't even describe what it looks like without so I'm going to just describe it the best I can. So imagine a bagpipe with like all these different like clarinet looking horns sticking out of the top of its head that's like all strung up together, and its eyes looking like an old like truck's headlights that are like round with this crazy fucking smile. And it was made of chrome, like it was like super chromey looking. And when it liked something that I was thinking, it would light up real big. But shit like that.
Okay. That's some wild inspiration. Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I was talking to a filmmaker when we were in Texas, and he was telling me how he's inspired to write. And it was this whole like thing that he does, like when he starts to go to sleep at night and when he starts to go in this state of mind. I was like, it's crazy how writers, like, I'm obviously not a writer. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I wouldn't even think to even do anything like that. So that's pretty creative that you
I imagine he's doing the meditative state thing. So there's like, if you can get yourself between being like asleep and awake, you can pretty much control like a dream state. And I believe it was Einstein did it, and Tesla did it, and I think Edison did it. Like a few great minds did that. And I think it might have been Einstein who carried a metal ball bearing, and he had like a saucer at the bottom of like his chair or something. He'd keep that metal ball in his hand, and when he'd start falling asleep, he would drop it. And then when it would hit the saucer, it would make a noise, and it would keep him like, oh, okay, I'm in the state now. So he would be able to kind of like manipulate that dream state.
I think I've actually heard that before. I think I read this whole book on that whole everything that you're talking about. You're right. All of them did do that. And it's like really smart people, like when they're studying and all kinds of crazy shit. I could go down the damn rabbit hole with that shit, but that's definitely a real thing for sure.
I love it. Like, I thought it was neat when I found out about it, and I got like real into practicing it. I laid there and I designed all the camera shots, the story, everything. I wrote it in that state of mind. Like I did it in like a few sessions of that. And then after I got like the mental image and I could clearly see it in my head, that's when I started writing it.
Okay. What about you, Mike? Have you ever went in that state and wrote any ideas down for movies or stories?
No, that doesn't work for me. I've tried even just getting intoxicated and writing stuff, and it never works. I've tried it, and it's just gibberish.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
my method is just a little different. Mine's usually just like plotting ideas in my head, and I let it ruminate in there for quite a few days or months even before I even attempt to write anything out. So that way I can kind of filter things out. Because sometimes I'll have ideas, and then by the next week I'm done with it. I don't want to do it. It didn't work out, So I kind of let it ruminate for a while. And if it's there and it wants to grow, then I'll start working on it. But no, I don't do that. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though.
I think everybody's got their own methods because with me, if I really, really like an idea and I really, really want it to be something, I'll try to force it. But that's one of my problems. I need to quit forcing it and do what you do and just kind of let it sit and stew and see if it grows or not.
I've tried that too. Forcing it usually doesn't end up very good for me. So I try to stay off and just let it kind of come to me.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that everyone listening to this podcast is gonna want to see your film. So, and I haven't seen it. So if we wanted to check out your film, like where can we see it at? It's not streaming. So
right now I got a 10-minute demo on my YouTube, but this September, if it's not streaming, it's actually going to be a thing for my birthday that I do because that's the birth month. But on that day, that's when I'm going to just go ahead and say, fuck it and release it on YouTube for free.
Okay.
But you also have it on Blu-ray too. You're selling it on Blu-ray, right?
Yes, I was. I actually sold out. I have no more copies left.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I had Blu-rays, DVDs, and VHSs. I did 100 Blu-rays, 100 DVDs, and 50 VHSs. They're all sold.
If you need to make more, I generally make a lot of copies for people. I can hook you up.
So my plan now, I'm going to re-edit the intro because I really like my short film. So I'm going to pull out the old intro and drop this in as the new intro.
Sure.
And then I plan to repress a few copies. And then when I do that, that's probably when I'll also release it. So if people want a physical copy, they'll be able to probably order it.
Nice.
Okay.
You have a website that they can check out for that, or?
Sadly, no. I was going to make a website, but never got around to it. So pretty much, I guess my TikTok, Instagram, all the socials and things like that.
So what about your YouTube? What's your YouTube page like where you can see like a little demo of it?
It's just at SycoPsilico, SycoPsilico.
Okay. All right. At SycoPsilico.
You'll also find the ASMRs in there, which is the pretty much the effects tests and the demos and things like that.
Okay. All right. Nice. And you're on social media, so like a lot of people are going to want to find you. So where can they find you on social media other than TikTok? And what's your TikTok name too?
SycoPsilico. So it's all
Easy
pretty
enough.
much, yeah, all under the same name. TikTok, Instagram. I don't really fuck with Facebook anymore. It's there, but I don't fuck with it. I don't post on it.
Yeah.
And then YouTube. I'm trying to post more on YouTube, but life has me busy at the moment, so I've not really been too active on any of my social medias at the moment.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, you're busy. You're busy filmmaking and writing books and all the crazy stuff that you do. So,
Not only that, but getting inspired. So I started a new job. I can't really say where or what exactly I do, but I'll say that there is a high risk of getting stabbed at my job. So that's inspiration that we're going to kind of roll with and use that for future projects.
Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on and talking to us, man. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to check out the demo, like see what kind of gore we're talking about here.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's over the top on purpose. I hope you have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where I want people to be together and just get real loud and talk with it and holler at it. And
yeah.
The live screenings were always some of my favorites just because of those interactions.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
All right, man. So other than the intersplicing with the short, with the feature, and making it into a book, you got anything else you're working on coming up?
So right now, the goal is to save up enough money to produce another project. I don't know if it's going to be SycoPsilico related or if I'm going to jump more into another avenue. I wanted to produce a game of some sort. If I make a SycoPsilico video game, I want it to play like the original, like 1999 Resident Evil from PlayStation 1.
Oh, nice.
But I would want the tank controls. We got to fix that. I hate the tank controls. But I want to do like some kind of old school, like retro, like Nintendo 64 styled game or PlayStation 1 era styled game. And in that, I would want you, for the SycoPsilico, and I'd want you to play as one of the victims trying to escape from the hospital.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Man, it's been awesome. It's been a blast talking to you and hearing about how you come up with this shit. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Psychedelics are huge.
Yes, psychedelic. Yes. Awesome. We love it.
All right, man. Well,
I appreciate y'all bringing me on, for real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good luck with SycoPsilico and everything in the future.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Tyler.
You have a good one.
All right. You too.
Bye.
All right. Tyler Payne, SycoPsilico, huh?
Yeah. It was nice. A lot of fun. That was fun. It was really fun talking to him.
Very cool.
Hearing about his psychedelic experience. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Crazy, wild surgery. Listen, if you're an actress and they say you don't have the right look, run.
Yeah.
Run. That's all I can say. Anyway. All right. So, what else we got going on?
Oh man. So, I mentioned it earlier. So I wanted to talk about, my experience at my last minute on the fly trip to Texas Frightmare.
Frightmare.
Oh my God.
That's a big boy. That's how would we say that's in the top 5 horror cons of
it is. Right? It is in the top 5. I did not know that. And guys, I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Nashville. So this was something that we decided
the big
on.
Boys. Yeah.
The big boys. Oh my God. And I'll tell you kind of how this kind of came about. So you've seen, Michael T. Flynn, he's been on our podcast, and he did a faux trailer back at the end of last year. And I'm the lead in it. Tracy has a small part in it. And literally like the week before Texas Frightmare, I just saw that Billy Pond, he's the director of Circus of the Dead, he had posted on his social media, hey, I'm over the faux trailers for Texas Frightmare. Today is the last day to submit them. I literally just tagged Michael Flynn in it. Just like that. It was the last day to submit it. I didn't really think he was going to submit it. I didn't really think it was going to get accepted. Sure enough, he sent me a text the next day and was like, oh my God. He's like, they accepted it, and I was like, no shit, that's awesome, yay. And it kind of thought about it, and I was like, I miss seeing it. It played at the Knoxville Grindhouse Grind Out. It's Pheromone Trap, by the way, Pheromone Trap.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see it on the big screen, and it was, Billy Palm was there promoting Circus of the Dead 2, and that's my big thing I'm super excited about. And so, man, on the fly, we decided to drive in a hearse for 10 hours to freaking Texas. And, I did really good. I'm a flying type of person. I'm not a driving type of person. So I'm really proud of myself. But, oh, my God, we had so much fun. And I will tell you, we usually work cons. We don't really get to attend, and we don't get to, sit on the panels and do all the fun stuff. I have never seen a convention like this, ever. Yeah. It was packed. So many people. You had to wait in a line to do everything. It was crazy. We had to wait in a line of hundreds of people just to get on the escalators, because it was 4 stories of this convention center. 4 stories. We were waiting long lines just to even go up and down the escalators. I mean, it was so crazy. So we left Thursday. We were planning on just attending the con Friday and Saturday. But this con was so big that I was like, you even had to wait your turn to even go in vendors' booths. I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to see everything. So, we decided, let's just stay another day. So we ended up staying another day and attended on Sunday. And I'm so glad we did, because there were so many things that we had missed just because it was so big. But, oh, my God, everybody was so freaking cool. And one of the most exciting things was first night we were there, Friday night, I was walking down through there. I'd already went up and met Billy Pond and Kelly Wilson. She's one of the actresses in Circus of the Dead too. And I'm walking down through there, and I hear Brigitte. I was like, I don't know anybody here. And I turned around. And it's, oh my God, it's me. It's Tiffany. So one of the girls that was in the contest, the Circus of the Dead 2 contest, she actually won first place. She recognized me from social media. Oh, and sought me out. She's like, oh my God. And we become buddies, and I ended up meeting the whole Circus of the Dead team. So, oh my God, it was such cool people. So we all kind of hung out all weekend. It was a lot of fun. So, so shout out to Tiffany, Lindy, Alana, my three new Circus of the Dead buddies. And they all came in, from out of state also. Mississippi, Michigan, I'm Tennessee. I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. But man, I was on cloud 9 the whole entire weekend. They really go ahead. Sorry,
I was gonna say any word on when the filming's gonna be or no?
Yeah, so there's I think we're not gonna film until summer 2026. Okay. From what I understand, I think they're still getting money for it. I think they're going to do really, really big things from what I understand. They did, after the Faux Trailers Film Fest, they showed the teaser trailer for Circus of the Dead 2. Yeah. It gave me chills. Oh my God. Everyone that I've shared it with was like, oh, did he just go there? It is so good. So
there's a link right there.
Yes.
That is the trailer, the teaser.
Check it out. I will say that Billy Palm, the director, writer, he did say that before he showed this to anyone, he went and had a conversation with Damien, the writer-director for Terrifier, and David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and got their blessing before he put this out. And if you go on Circus of the Dead's fan page on Facebook, there's a screenshot where David Howard Thornton actually shared this teaser trailer. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, he's in it, though, right? He's in the movie, right?
He's in the movie. Yeah. Oh my God, I completely forgot he's in it. Not Art the Clown, but David Howard Thornton is. Right. Yeah, I almost forgot that he's in it. Yeah, so man, I'm so freaking pumped up about this. You have no idea.
Billy even talked about it on the podcast when he was on our podcast. He talked about the rivalry, which is more of a friendly thing anyway that they're dating.
Yeah, of course. And so cool. I brought it up about the podcast, and Tracy made a comment and he said, yeah, this was 2022. If you go back to our podcast, 2022, we had Billy Pond and Bill Opress Jr. on here. And Tracy kind of made a comment, yeah, you and Bill coming on the podcast. And he goes, both of us were on the podcast like at the same time? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, that never happened. So I was like, oh yeah. so that'll be a fun podcast to go back. I actually think, if I'm right, I feel like it's episode 26.
Could be.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm not sure.
I think so. So maybe episode 26. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But yeah, that'd be a fun one to go back and listen to.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah. So Texas Frightmare. It was so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good. And what the turnout for the trailer, was that good?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so fun getting the reaction from the audience. You know, I really thought it was going to be like, you know, a little film fest with like maybe 50 people. No, there was hundreds. This was the grand ballroom. There's hundreds of people in there. So nice. Yeah, so it was really great. I even like, you know, Michael T. Flynn, he was in Las Vegas, and on the way home, I picked up the phone and called him. I was like, thank you so much for submitting this, because if you wouldn't have, maybe I wouldn't have gone. Right. So that was like the little push that I needed. Motivation. And yeah, it was a little motivation, and it turned out just perfect. We had just so much fun. I met so many cool people. I mean, everyone at these cons it's kind of like that, you know, in the horror community, everyone's like really, really cool. But I met some really cool people. And we got to see our friend Kane Hodder. It was really funny. Friday night, we waited in line to see him. It was like a short line. It was Friday night. Maybe waited 20 minutes. He's like, why are y'all waiting in line? Your friends, like, get over here and take a picture. We're like, no, we're not going to like cut line, because that's just wrong to do. But, you know, Tracy and Kane, Tracy's first movie was with Kane Hodder. So yeah. they go like way back. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. So now you got to teach all these Tennessee people how to make a festival, huh?
Dude, yes. Crazy. I mean, it's so damn good, Mike. I swear, I told Tracy, I was like, I think it would be worth for us to pack our shit up in our trailer and make the 10-hour drive just to work at this con. Yeah. We did ask someone that worked there. We're like, how many people do you think come through here? And he said 100,000.
It's pretty crazy. People. It's pretty
That's
crazy.
a lot. I mean, and you think that in your mind, you're like 100,000 people in a weekend. Yes. If you walked in there, you would absolutely. It was like the entire place was like shoulder to shoulder busy.
They've been doing that for a long time too. That con.
Yeah.
I've been hearing about it forever. So yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So one to check off your list. If you like horror cons, definitely put that one on your bucket list for sure. It's worth it. Yeah.
Very cool. Anything else you got before we go to movies?
Man, let's go to movies.
Okay. All I got is I did go to a Target today, the closest one near me. I hadn't been there in a little while. Last time I was there, might have been last year sometime, maybe might have been the year before that, but I think it's last year. They had like one little section, like maybe a little 4x4 section of movies. Now, none.
Oh, wow. That's disappointing.
It's all phased out, kind of deal. So, yeah, just a little, another little notch gone.
You know, I almost thought like the last few conventions. I meant to tell you this, and especially coming back from Texas Frightmare, I'm like, I feel like physical media is like making a comeback, because there were so many movies, vendors selling. I bought some movies not because it was a director or writer or whatever. It's just vendors just selling hard copies of movies. But I'm like, maybe because it's a convention, maybe. I don't know, but I'm really hoping that they do make a comeback, because I love my physical copies of my movies. You know I do.
Well, we still got places like it's not in the case too, Dave. They're still going strong there for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So movies. What do you got? What have you been watching?
My list is so short, and I will tell you why. I've been trying to get Tracy on this Dexter train, right? So I have been wanting to watch the new Dexter so bad, but he had never seen Dexter before. I'm like, you really got to go back and like, and he did not want to. I don't know why. I was like, dude, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Like, Dexter's some good shit. So once he got on that train, dude, we've been on that train. So we're all the way up. We started season 1. We're all the way up. We just started season 4. earlier today.
Season 4.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Probably
Yes.
the best.
Yeah. So I think we watched like 3 episodes today alone. I was like, we're getting through them pretty fast. But so Dexter, I know it's kind of old, but shit, man, I'm so glad I went back and did a rewatch them because the writing is just so spectacular.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So while I was at Texas Frightmare, I bought a movie. I'd seen part 1 called The Barn. So I didn't even know there was a part 2. And so I had to buy it while I was there. And it's funny when I went up to the table, I had no idea whose table it was. It was just so packed in there. And I was like, I looked at Tracy, I saw The Barn, and I was like, that's a badass movie right there. And the lady behind the table, she said, oh, this guy right here like wrote and directed it. I was like, no shit. So I was like, oh, so I talked to him for a minute. He was pretty cool. And so I had to buy a movie off of him. So I did watch The Barn too. Have you seen that one?
I have seen it. Yeah, when it first came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2022 is when it first came out. I had no idea. So, and he did say that they're working on a part 3. So,
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So let's see what else. Oh, this was a fun movie. Dave Made a Maze. Have you seen this?
I don't think I've seen it. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever saw it.
It is fun. I was like, is this classified as a horror movie? But I guess it is. It's like a more comedy. And it was on Slasher, but it's so different than anything else you'll ever watch. It's really fun. Really, really fun. It's funny. It's quirky. Scary, not so much. It's more of a comedy, but it's a horror comedy. But it's really cool. Dave Made a Maze. It's about an artist that he's running on an inspiration, and he basically makes like a labyrinth out of cardboard boxes in his living room. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend comes home from the weekend. You know, she went out of town for the weekend. She comes home, and he's talking to her outside this box, this maze that he made, and he's like, "I'm stuck in here. I can't get out." And her, his buddies, they, pack backpacks, and they go in there to try to rescue him. And all this crazy shit happens when they're inside. It's fun. It's a really fun movie. I highly recommend it. Okay. It's really good. Yeah. Cool. Another movie. So I went to the movie theater and watched Clown in a Cornfield.
Clown in a Cornfield. All right. I watched that movie too. What do you think?
Yeah. It was okay. It was all right. Yeah. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best damn movie I ever seen, but it wasn't terrible.
No, I think the hype for me, maybe for you too, was that the director was the one who made Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yep.
And that movie is so awesome. It's one of my favorite horror comedies of all time. Like
Same.
in the top 5.
Same.
So like, I don't know. Directors they can't always repeat themselves, and obviously he took this from a source material, books, and stuff. So, but no, it definitely wasn't awesome. And I'll talk a little bit about it later on too, about slashers. But I mean, it's like, as far as a slasher movie, it's sufficient. It's fine. Yeah. I will say, once you saw more than one, I knew that twist right away. It was very easy, kind of a thing to do. So I don't know. I don't think it went the way I was expecting it to go. And maybe that was the disappointment for me. Maybe I was expecting too much. But I think I was too. It's got like pretty good praise, and I'm just like, it's just pretty much a standard slasher, isn't it? Like,
I think so.
Nothing really jumps out.
It's like a Hollywood slasher. I mean, it's you're not going to get anything extra in here. Oh, right. My iPad's going dead. I have to plug it in. I need a brick for it. I need a brick. So it's funny at Franken Con, the author of Clown in a Cornfield was there. The author, because it started off as a book, and
it's like 3 books at this point.
Yeah, he was checking out our shoe charms, our Gibbets croc charms, and I had no idea who he was. I didn't even know. And Michael come over there. He's like, "Oh, I see you sold some Gibbets to the author of Clown in a Cornfield." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that's who that was." That's it makes me wonder if the book is better. I bet the book is better than the movie.
I'm sure the book is way more, obviously going to be way more detailed.
They don't fit.
But I mean, I don't know. So yeah, just going from that story, like I don't see it going to the 3 for 3. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot of differences there, but
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah. So here's another one. I've had this on my list for a while. It's really good. Called The Sacrament. It's freaking old. It's like from
That one-
2013.
the one I
The
was telling you
Sacrament.
about, the one I told you
Did
about a
you?
long time ago. Yeah, I told you about it a long time ago.
I
It's
believe it. I believe it.
Jim Jones esque.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
awesome.
I don't remember you telling me about that one. I believe it though, because I was like, this shit is good.
Ty
It's
West.
good. Ty West and who produced it? It was a big name. Oh, Eli Roth. Eli Roth produced it.
Yeah.
I was like, and it was good. It like really kind of disturbing. It like really made you feel like you're kind of like gives you an idea of like what really happened there. And I think
Makes you feel like you're in Jonestown.
yeah, it was pretty creepy. It was pretty creepy. So, and I think, God, I think I streamed that one for free on Tubi. So, The Sacrament, that's a good one if you haven't seen that one. Look it up.
It is. It's really good.
I feel like I don't know. Shit, I don't know if we talked about this one last or not. Did I tell you about watching The Rule of Jenny Penn?
No, I was the one that watched it last time, I think. So, what'd you think?
Man, dude, God, that movie disturbed me.
It's good,
God.
wasn't it? It's a good movie.
Yeah, like I had never seen anything like that. I was like, it's disturbing. Like it's horror in like a different kind of a way. Yeah, you were right when you were saying it's kind of about like a bully in a nursing home. I'm like, a bully in a nursing home, what? But it's John Lithgow, man.
You can do it.
He can do it. And he's Trinity in Dexter, and I just started season 4. I'm like, dude, when the first time I ever watched Dexter, I had never seen Blowout, where he's the killer. I hadn't seen that point. And the only thing I'd ever seen him in was comedy. So him as Trinity like blew me away. It was like, what a great actor. So good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think that's it, because the movie I had before that was Blowout, and I think, which is funny, it's John Lithgow again. But we talked about that last podcast. So yeah.
We did. Yep. All right.
Not a lot, but I had some damn good ones on there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a few.
Okay. Cool.
All right. The first one I watched was Hell of a Summer.
Hell of a Summer?
Mm-hmm. It's a new sort of camp slasher thing. One of the guys from Stranger Things, he co-wrote it, co-directed it, maybe.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's like supposed to be sort of a horror comedy. It's just, I don't know. It wasn't fantastic to me. Sufficeable, sure, but not great. Not as good as I maybe thought it would be. Up next was a little film called Replicator. This is a new sort of body horror movie. It came out either this year or last year. It's relatively recent. I liked it. It's really low budget. It's like low budget body horror, which is sometimes hard to do.
Micro budget?
Not micro, but definitely it's definitely indie. It's real indie.
And it's body horror?
It is body horror, yeah. Yeah.
That is hard to do on a low budget.
Yeah, so you don't really see a lot of that. So I'm sure probably with a bigger budget it would have been even better. I think they probably maybe could have spent more on the story than the body horror stuff, but for what it is, it works for me. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's fantastic or nothing like that by any means, but I think for the budget that they had, I think it turned out pretty good.
What's the name of that one again?
It's called Replicator.
Replicator. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Up next, this is the first time I watched this, actually. You might have seen it before. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
I don't know. It's a 3, like as in part 3?
Right, as in part 3, which there is no part 1 or part 2. And that's kind of the thing. It's sort of a satire on like 80s shot on video kind of movies. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a horror comedy. They have some throwbacks and stuff, and it's kind of like the NS NAFU Halloween special. They have like commercials in there too.
I feel like I have seen this. I feel like I have seen it. If I remember right, I didn't hate it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's not fantastic by any means.
Right.
It's super silly, and they don't take themselves seriously either. But I kind of put it off for a while because I thought, that seems when I first saw it, I was like, where's part one and part two? I didn't really know the joke, obviously, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's all right if you just want something kind of silly and fun to watch, kind of a deal. We talked about Clown in the Cornfield. I revisited all the Final Destination films.
Yeah.
I love this. I love that franchise. I think it's just a fantastic franchise. It's kind of in its way. I think it's really gained a lot of traction lately, but I think it has been a little bit underrated as far as just not being put up there with the big boys. I mean, I know
I think so too, and there's so many like creative kills in it.
A lot of creative kills. I mean, the latter films, they get some shit for a lot of CGI because they're pretty CGI heavy and stuff and all that. But I just think it's a good concept. It's a fantastic concept. I mean, honestly, it's probably the best concept in horror since Freddy Krueger because it works so well because you have death chasing you, which can be anything in any form, which does, like you said, leads to so many different unique kills because of the way it goes. But I revisited all of them. They're all pretty solid. They're all fun. They're all watchable. There's some better than others. Do you have any that you like the best? That you're like, this is the best one for me? Or
I don't know. I still feel like the first one, and maybe the reason why is because I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like it. But gosh, there's that damn roller coaster scene. I don't even know what part that is.
Roller coaster is part 3.
Part 3, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do remember liking 3. I don't feel like there's any of them that I hated.
Yeah.
I think they're all pretty good.
For me, I think 2 is my favorite.
2 is
for sure. 2 is the one with the logs.
Oh yeah. See, I should be like you and go back and do a rewatch of these. I met the first one. Devin Saw was in the first one.
Yes.
If you go and look at my social media posts, so I met him at Texas Frightmare. There's a picture. Yeah, there's a picture of us up there. Yeah, it was like a hot minute. It's so fast paced. You had to get up there. Hey, get your picture taken. Move on. I mean, so it was so fast, but. He's done a few horror things from his teen days,
Oh yeah, well he just did Chucky.
Yeah. Idle Hands. He's done a few of them, but I think that first Final Destination. I saw it in the movie theater. I don't know what year it came out, but I remember seeing it in the movie theater, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, no, I did too. I mean, I do. It's probably my second favorite of the first one, but I do love the second one. And then the other ones are kind of like whatever. I mean, again, they're all fun. They're all good. They all work. I feel like I didn't leave any of them going disappointed, really.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that brings me to the new one. I watched Final Destination Bloodlines.
All right. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Fantastic.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Fantastic.
I was scared you're going to be like, so that's good.
It's great. It's actually really, really good. I mean, I love what they did with it. They did change some things up in a way, but not in a way. They did not jump the shark, man. They're still on there. It's so good. It's so well made. Tony Todd's in there. His performance is so heartfelt and memorable. His last movie.
That's what I was going to say. I think that's his last movie, right?
It's such a poignancy to be his last movie too, considering the fact that if it wasn't going to be a Candyman movie, I think it should have been a Final Destination movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it works so well. It's such a great, and it's just such a bookend to it in a way too, with his character. You have to watch it. It is great.
So I probably need to hit it while it's on the big screen, because I feel like those are really good movies to watch on the big screen, right?
I did watch it in theaters, and it was great. It's so far, I think it is the highest grossing R-rated horror movie in the decade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's made a lot of money. It's done pretty well. It's the highest grossing movie in the franchise too. So I think people are really getting on board with it, so there's probably going to be some more sequels down the pipe pretty soon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But this one was great. Yes, I can't recommend it anymore. You have to go see it.
Oh, good. Okay, sweet. Okay.
Up next was a movie from 1997 called The Cure. Or no, it's actually just called Cure. It's a foreign film. I heard a lot of good stuff about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I do really like it. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I think it's great, but it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good little cop sort of mystery kind of thing that you have to kind of unravel. It doesn't leave me like as good as like say Seven or something like that, you know. But it's definitely worth a watch. I would say check it off your list. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay,
Cure.
cool.
It's not called The. It's just Cure.
Just Cure.
From 1997. Yeah.
I'm gonna write 1997. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because that's sort of a common name.
Okay.
Title. Up next was The Surrender, which is from it was streaming on what was it, Shudder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty decent little horror film, mostly about like grief and loss, kind of a deal. So yeah, decent little watch. Same thing with the next movie, Rosario, which is kind of another thing about grief and loss with like demons or like monsters and stuff. Decent. Both of them, you know, not too bad. And the last thing I got for you is Fear Street Prom Queen.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a new one that's on Netflix.
So I always liked all the Fear Streets. Is this one as good as the rest of them?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, bummer. Disappointing.
Yeah, the first three were great. I love the first one, especially because it had that 90s homage to it. But they all three were really, really good. This one's, I mean, the thing about this one is kind of the same thing about, Clown in the Cornfield. Like, it's not bad. It's just rehash. We just kind of seen it all before, you know?
Yeah.
It's
formula movies. That's what I call them. Formula movies.
But we're at that point, maybe we are at that point in the slasher genre where we were kind of, you know, like how it was like in the late 80s, early 90s when kind of got tired, you know, kind of got tired out, and then Scream sort of reinvented everything. But I think we're kind of there because it's like, it's not that these are bad movies at all, really. It's just they've been done. We've seen them, you know, unless you're a newbie into horror and you like pick it up and go, oh, that's really cool. You're right. You know, like, and I think that might be the thing with Clown in the Cornfield, might be getting some of these younger viewers. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Right. But us old fogies,
we're like, what are you saying it like 20 years ago, 30 years ago?
So yeah, it's kind of one of those where we kind of seen a lot of this stuff so many times that it is really hard to get some new blood into it. And so it's, again, I didn't hate it or nothing like that, but at the end of it, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I have seen it many times. You know?
That's a good point about like the newer generation. You know, they. You know, we've seen the show like so many times, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're onto something there.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I mean, sometimes you have to look at that. I mean, when you go through your life and you watch all these things from decade to decade, and you kind of have this sort of built up library of things that you've watched, and sort of tropes and just like these storylines and whatever, you know, you're looking at it from a vantage point that like a 20-year-old isn't going to have. You know, and I think honestly, that's the one thing that happened with Paranormal Activity is the people that went and watched that, a lot of them were so new to horror that they hadn't even been a decade previous with the Blair Witch, hadn't even, you know, experienced that. So that's why it caught on so well with them, because but you know, like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you like Paranormal? I feel like I don't know if we've talked about this before, because I fucking hate that movie. Everybody's like, it's the scariest thing. I'm like,
we talked about it because this was like one of the earliest episodes we had. We talked about our least favorite franchises, and mine was Paranormal Activity because I don't like the franchise. But that's the thing, is like Blair Witch came out, we saw it. You're like, wow, this is crazy. This is new. But the thing that Paranormal Activity did, which, I mean, the director admitted he just like ripped it off. He's like, I saw that movie. I want to make money. kind of but it doesn't work for me like paranormal, like Blair Witch does. But for other people it did, and for like people I think that never saw it, the Blair Witch, and came in new, and I think it was just like ushered in this new sort of wave of moviegoers and horror watchers, and that might be the same thing that we're seeing here with the Clown in the Cornfield. Because again, it's not like it's a bad movie. I don't think it is. It's just not a great movie to me. But it's it's got pretty good praise and stuff. So I don't.
It's so funny with you saying all this. You're like, okay, so Paranormal Activity. They kind of got the idea off of Blair Witch. I think Blair Witch got their idea off of Cannibal Holocaust.
Not according to them.
Right. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, I don't know.
Well, okay. And while that may be true, but I do delineate from those because yes, you have that structure of the found footage in a way with Cannibal Holocaust, but there's a lot more going on to that movie than just that.
Oh yeah,
true.
What I mean? Yeah, true. Two completely different stories too. Two completely different stories.
Well, and Paranormal Activity is a different story too, but you can tell that it definitely is a rip-off,
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying that they didn't watch Cannibal Holocaust because
it was boring. You know how I am too, and I'm like, I can't sit still, and I'm so ADHD, and you have this camera just sitting here still, and it's not moving. I mean, it's hard for me to sit through.
It's a really boring.
It's totally boring. Yeah, I'm like, not enough action for me. So
and that's the thing that to me about Blair Witch, it wasn't boring.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
But a lot of people that watch it now go, oh, that is so boring. It's terrible. I mean, because there have been so many good found footage that came out since Blair Witch that people can look to them and go, well, that's so much better than Blair Witch. And nobody can really deny that. But at the time. At the time.
Yep. That's what it was. Yeah.
It was it.
Yeah.
So, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah. Good list. Both of us had good list and lots to talk about, so it's cool. Yeah.
All right, good deal. Well, like I said, this was, even though we're putting this out in June, this is our May podcast. We'll have one for June. So we'll have one coming up pretty soon.
Yes. Awesome.
Until then, all you must do is to stay hardcore.
Yeah.
All right. Later.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Nothing harder.
Hardcore Horror with Mike and Brigitte is a part of the Tennessee Horror Podcast Network.